Okay, we got it back. All right, just checking. Well, good morning, everybody. So if you're just settling in, I'm sure you're going to be like, who's this ugly looking thing? And my name is Jared Milan. And if you would like to connect with me anywhere else that isn't TikTok, considering that TikTok's going away, right? Just as we was getting going too. My name is Jared Milat, and that's my blue sky. Okay. In addition to that, because I know this has to be the most. Thank you. Good morning, Kelly. This has to be the most recurring theme on our show. Is hey, we got to act as if uh, TikTok's going away, and what would be the most important thing to me, having been doing this podcast now for God knows how long, 4 weeks, a month. We've been going for a month straight. Okay. You got to go to my YouTube channel. Okay. Okay. Got to go to my YouTube channel. And you got to make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Good morning, Lori. Okay. We're basically, check this out. So I've been doing this podcast for a month. I had 344 subscribers on YouTube. I was a journalist covering the Indianapolis Colts for like 6 years. And then part of it was amateur shit. And then, of course, like my wife and I have made a video every week of the last like 7 NFL seasons, predicting the winners of each game. Long story short, my wife and I are highly competitive people. And my wife and I used to bet on the outcomes of NFL games. And the problem when you bet, and it's just like a gentleman's handshake, is if there was alcohol involved, you're going to forget who bet on what. Them's just facts. And like every now and then, you're going to have a little kerfluffle because you forgot who bet on what and who is the most confident on what and shit like that. So we decided we should probably get sober and sit down and record ourselves having these conversations and making these assertions and keep track and shit like that. And so we've done that now for 7 full NFL seasons. So that's sort of the joy you'll get going to my YouTube channel, is that you won't see overproduction. That's one of the things you'll never see from me. I'm just a dude in his office. Like, I'm not a doctor, not a lawyer. I didn't even stay in a Holiday Inn Express last night. That's unnecessary. I'm a homeowner and I just got a new fucking furnace and I'm toasty. I don't need to go anywhere, actually. I'm good right here with you. Um, I apparently have to tell people who I am every show. I'm 41. I'm married. I don't have children. We have 4 dogs and 2 cats. And that's kind of what I do before the show. So if you were ever wondering, like, what do you do when you're not sitting here talking to you? Well, I have animals. I actually like animals. My dogs, for the record, are being very vocal to me this morning. My three 3-year-olds were all talking to me, and they do this shit too. Almost makes you yes and no and shit. They don't do no, but I think they do yes. I think my dog is yes. Marco said I like dogs better than most people. Well, I mean, I literally just got done telling you that my dogs were communicating with me this morning. I haven't talked to my parents on purpose in God knows how long. You know what I mean? So, every show that we have, we start off with the original Edwin Starr version of war. And you've heard this song your whole life. And one of the things that I do that's a little different from all the other podcasts you watch is, first of all, we don't jam the opening title, the title song. We don't hard roll. We don't soft roll. We don't mid roll. There are no ads. There will never be ads. So the benefit, and I mean, I need to retract that as soon as it comes out of my mouth. At some point, when you get large enough, ads happen. I should say that, and that I can choose to have a relationship with YouTube and it affect the ad rolls. I believe is what I need to be saying correctly. Absolutely not. I will never, for no amount of American dollars. Yeah. Yeah, again, at some point, you're going to get large enough that YouTube will reach out to me and they'll be like, how do you want to monetize this? Like, you could choose to pre roll your ad, meaning the ads first. Okay. And then you can also, and most people prefer the pre roll, which is hilarious because I'm a stoner. But anyway, most people prefer to just have to watch the ads up front. And then you can also mid roll. So that means you'll get to watch someone's channel for a while, and then you're gonna just see some fucking ads. And I want to say there might be another option. I can't remember what it is. Um, but hell, don't follow me and manually look me up to watch every show and keep me small, so that it's you're being selfish is essentially. Oh, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I figure we should talk about the most important story that affects the most people. First of all, my heart is fucking broken for all these goddamn 10 people that have died in these LA fires. I'm just telling a story. TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop. Um, it sucks, man. Regardless of the fact that most of these homes that burnt down, the people that own them can afford to rebuild them. I don't give a fuck about that actually. What I care about is that 10 people died and that fucking sucks. And originally when this shit happened, um listen, I'm not an arsonist. I'm not a fire guy. I don't actually like fire. I'm actually check this shit out. I don't want to drown and I don't want to burn to death. That's kind of my desires. Prefer to not drown. Also, prefer not to burn to death. Okay? Now, immolate, those are two different, that's a different thing. I will fucking immolate. You better goddamn believe it. And if you don't know what burning from the fucking inside means, baby, that was supposed to be metaphorical. But yeah, so my heart's fucking broken. 10 people perished in the LA fires, burnt like thousands of buildings down. That's horrific. And the fact that people are making like fun of that is baffling. The fact that also the fact that people think that that was a natural event, astounding, astounding. The police already said there were multiple ignition points. This was an attack. They're not ruling out terrorism, but they absolutely believe this was a result of arson. This You got to understand something. When there are wildfires, and I want to be corrected when I'm wrong, and I like to speak as though I know and make definitive statements based on like data that I've seen. For example, most wildfires don't start in highly densely populated areas. Yeah, the fact that the government has agreed, Joe Biden said we're going to pay for 100% of the damages. Um, the LAPD already came out and said this was arson. So, That's like a lot of damage. That's probably like the second largest terrorist attack in American history outside of 9/11. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. I'm trying to think of a bigger one that caused more damage on American soil, if that's the case. Not only was it arson, but it is a fucking terror attack. Because here's the thing: it hit. Somebody said it hit America in the pocketbook. And one of the members of the matriarchy, I'm almost intensely positive that's more well spoken than I. Um, but I watched a video of a couple die in that fire, and it's fucked with me for the last couple days. The one where they're in the house and they look out, they have all these bay windows and they're looking out and the fire's on all sides, and you're just and it's just encroaching, and they're like calm, you know, why you wouldn't just get in your car and fucking drive away? Why you wouldn't just get in your car and I don't even fucking know. I don't know. I know that people panic in moments of strife, and that's why I try to tell people part of being a Boy Scout is having a plan. Um, one of the things that my wife and I have decided to do is like we're not gonna own firearms until you can afford to buy body armor. Like if you're buying a gun, a pew pew, this is for entertainment purposes only. At this point, it's for personal protection. And I'd argue with you up front that if you think you're in danger, you need to buy body armor. And you know how I know this? I'm going to tell you the wildest story you've ever heard in your adult life. My cousin Scott's going to hate me. When Scott Daniel was 22 years old, he's an older cousin of mine. When Scott Daniel was 22 years old, he came to my parents' house and begged my parents for fucking body armor because he got a job offer from the DEA. And he had never worn body armor. And often when he went on his runs, he was a canine officer. My uncle Frank was the first canine officer in the state of Indiana. His dog's name was Arthur. Arthur was a badass German shepherd that did 10 years active duty, including Rising Sun, Indiana, getting the first fucking casino in the state of Indiana. So when I tell you, like, my family, bad motherfuckers. Outside of my parents, them abject failures. Everybody else kicking fucking and my aunt Joni's kind of a turd. But yeah, my uncle Frank, bad motherfucker. His son Scott Daniel, bad motherfucker. First thing that he wanted when he got the big boy job was what? What was it? Was it the Gat? Was it the Glock? Was it the Tutu? Was it the Tech? No. Body armor. Say it with me. You need a ballistic vest. That's why you want to know the secret why yeah. Do you want to know why I tell you to get 8 hours of sleep and to eat right and to exercise and do you know why I tell you to do all that shit, kids? So that you can fit in body armor. It's part of the reason I tell you got to be like an athlete your whole life. You got to be able to slip a vest on. When shit goes sideways, now you just live in it. It's going to be a while before you take a full breath too. Just know that. If you don't exercise and eat right, mm, so some people are arguing over whether they made it out or not. I'd kind of moved on because it was fucking horrific to watch. So if they made it out, fantastic. That's not how my brain resolved that. My brain was just like, stop watching. They're going to fucking die. Sorry. How could I have possibly known you could have a fireproof house? Sure. They made it. Fantastic. That's still like horrific. But anyway, if you are gonna, and as far as best body armor depends on your body type and your budget. Body armor, martial arts training, pistol training. And then you have to have sort of like a learned desire to move up in terms of types of pew-pews that you use. You need to learn how to shoot a shotty. You need to learn how to shoot a fully automatic sub. You need to learn how to shoot a burst. It depends on where you live, whether you'll ever touch a burst weapon. And again, I'm just being realistic about shit. You have to think about the scale of weaponry, right? You have to know that ahead of time. You have to have a plan. You have to decide. What are you going to do? I live next to an army base. I can almost assure you what I'm doing. I'm going straight to the chain of command and saying, what do we do? I have body armor and a little pea shooter. What are we supposed to do? But this is just a story I'm telling you. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I didn't stay in a Holiday Inn Express last night. But yeah, that's a big reason to tell you to stay in shape. So you can put on the armor and wear the shield and the sword and play the game and shit. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have the armor, TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop. Path of Exile is what we're talking about. We're talking about Path of Exile 2. Okay. The reason I'm not playing Path of Exile 2, for example, is in Path of Exile 2, there are too many zombies, and you don't have a good enough AoE, area of effect attack, available early in the game. In PoE 1, they had Righteous Fire, which just was constantly lit, and when anything got close to you, it just burned up immediately. That was fucking ill. Ill at best. Best RPG playthrough ever. Righteous Fire Chieftain PoE 1. It literally makes you just glide through the fucking game. It's fantastic. As your character gets more powerful, it gets more ridiculous. And you just coast through that fucking game, and it's fucking great, and it's hard. That is a hard video game, and Righteous Fire is the solution, which is why we're here. But yeah, so when people gonna for when? Forever, for the rest of your life. We will be fighting white Christian nationalism the rest of our life. So if you're in for life, right? So today, our nemesis, our arch nemesis, one of the people that we despise the most on the planet Earth, is being sentenced. And also, how might that happen? We should probably block Timothy. Noodles you ordered from TikTok shop came yesterday. Oh, Timmy, you're new here. Oh shit. An appeals court also said that Eileen Cannon's block on the release of Jack Smith's report is not in her fucking jurisdiction, but they'll let her block it for 3 days. So I'm pretty sure that's today, tomorrow, release Sundays. Can we watch this live? This sentencing? Is it right now? It's in it's in 12 minutes. Can we hang out first? Do we have to do the work? I don't like working. It's at 9:30? Yeah. Oh, ray of sunshine. Here's what we can't do here. Here's what we can't do. Guess what you can't ask? You can't ask stupid questions where the answer is going to kick my show. I would call it a dumb question, but there are no dumb questions. The only dumb questions are the ones you don't ask. I got these Bop Tarts. question, Mbappe. They're like a loaded question. That was crunchy as hell. This is a peanut butter Pop Tart. Look at the texture on that shit. Okay. Peanut butter and jelly. Very good, very thick. Lauren asks, do you know if we can watch a sentencing live or is it a private sentencing? Okay, so I want to say because it's state of New York, it's live. I think I'm right. I think only a federal sentencing would be private. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Hey, Jared, you got it backwards, or you're wrong, or it depends, or I don't know. My guess. Why the fuck would you ever do a drug test? I don't know. Yeah, plus Donald Trump loves cameras. Pick said it will not be on TV. He's zooming in, he's doing it remotely. Google's your friend. You know what I try to do? When I'm not eating, if I have questions, I just Google it. I thought that people would leave, but more people came in. So apparently, being a fucking asshole smartass gains you viewers. Holy shit. I've tried to be nice this whole time. You know what I was thinking about telling y'all? And this kind of makes me mad. Now that I fucking did that shit, I was kind of a dick and I thought for sure like some people would leave. And instead, if we went to 100, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm not even fucking paying attention to that shit. That's toxic as hell. I was thinking today, because people are going to ask in the future. And it's like kindness leads you to opportunity and anger leads you to isolation. And then I realized like that's some fucking Jedi shit. If I've ever said anything that was like totally Star Wars, like what the fuck, Jared? Kindness will lead you to opportunity. Anger will lead you to isolation. Anyway, that was after I was a fucking asshole. Like, shit, it was funny. And the reason I was thinking about that, the reason I was thinking about kindness will lead you to opportunity, anger will lead you to isolation. I was thinking about Marcus Freeman, the head coach at Notre Dame, being the first black head coach to coach in a national championship at the collegiate level. And he was kind of they were asking him, how does it feel to be the first black head coach to be? Yeah, it was on the video. I said their name in the video. It was on those. I typed it out. It's all good. I was just letting you know I made a video about that already. I already said what is it? Stephen Linda Resnick. They own 60% of the water rights in California, and that it's their water to manage. But instead of, I don't know why I don't have Discord up. Such a fucking asshole. No way. Fuck is this? AP. Go figure. Okay, for those of you that really want it. Okay, I mean, hey, I'm here to give you what you want. Okay, there. You can be in the hallway outside where Donald Trump is sentenced today. I put the link in the chat. Okay, you can just stand in the hallway and watch. I could beat all 4 of them up. Anyway. Yeah, just like the trial, we gotta sit in the hall and wait. Like if you've ever been to court. Actually, it depends what level of court you go to. Some court, everybody has to be in the room that's going to jury trial today. Sometimes there can only be one party in the jury in there. So it kind of depends on what level you're at. Ask me how I know. Oh, because when I was a kid, when I was 16 years old, I ran from the popo, and they didn't charge me for that, but they tried to do some funky shit at my trial, and I was representing myself. And you know how there's the white boy that has the TikTok channel where he's like dismissing marijuana charges because the guy was walking while black and shit. People always say like justice system's crooked as fuck, and like cops can charge you with whatever they want and they can get away with it. And long story short, the police officer that tried to pull some funky stuff, he corroborated my story. He thought he was fine. Long story short, I was on a date in Danville, Indiana when I was 16 years old. This is 25 years ago. And I was pulling out of her driveway. Like, I had backed into their driveway because they lived out in the country. And I backed into their driveway so that I could pull straight out when I left because I'm fucking cool like that. It didn't hit the mailbox or anything. I'm a good driver. And so I was getting ready to turn right out of their driveway. And as I turned out of their driveway, a cop flew by the opposite direction. And as I was pulling out, he flipped on his cherries and berries. Yeah, we'll get back to that. He flipped on his lights and sped up. Did you ask me a question and when I didn't answer it, did you report me? Jack Smith's report will be released. It'll probably take a few days, probably Sunday. We're gonna restart. Anyway, as we were. This is interesting. Interesting. What up, Shotty? By the way, it's all good, Cassandra. I gotta ask. Curiosity killed the cat. Yeah, a couple interesting links there. Links there as we come back. Here's the Donald Trump can be sentenced today. Okay. I'm just saying that would be a great fucking time to arrest his ass. Get this shindig kicked off, right? Him and Elon today. Come on. That'd be a Friday. Jamie Raskin's asking. Jamie Raskin's asking. Come on, that's funny. Jamie Raskin is asking Judge Alito. Yeah, he's doing it remotely. He's zooming in. That's where we are technologically. Is he doesn't actually physically have to show up today. But I thought, for some reason, for state charges, he'd have to show up in person. But I guess not. Yeah, I mean, if we can manifest some shit. But yeah, one of the things we got to work my audience off of, I got to work you off of Democrats' backs. Because here's what I'm kind of realizing. As we've learned about Executive Order 13848 and the prosecution of election crimes, you know what I learned last night doing some light reading before bed? If they prove that you chilled voters, there are fines. So imagine, with me, for example, if during the early voting period, Democrats came out and spoke at length about, hey, we think that Russia is going to interfere in this election, up to and including using people like Elon Musk to commit fraud in this election, right? This popularity contest that we're talking about, TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop. This is just a story, right? There's like 70 people here. And like I said, you got to make sure you get 8 hours of sleep a night. Naps are fantastic. Okay? In addition to getting a bunch of good sleep, you got to hydrate. You got to eat right. And hey, if you're going to exercise, you need to split your lift and your movement. Meaning, like, if you're going to lift weights in the morning, just fucking lift weights really hard in the morning and then go for a walk in the evening. Spread them out. And too many athletes. I mean, you got to remember, I'm a football coach. Too many athletes. They just try to get it all in one session, and the problem is that you're not going to get better as fast as you would get better if you'd split those workouts up and try to recover as much as you can between your workout and your movement. And remember, that walk needs to eventually become a run. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to run for miles. Like 3 miles would be great. Okay. People are looking for what else can I do? You can do push-ups, pull-ups, do obstacle courses, parkour is great to learn. And I know you're thinking I'm being silly, but just being agile and fluid and being able to move through environments and understanding what cover looks like and what would actually be able to protect you. You got to know that you got to learn these things. Again, I would recommend video games. Video games are a great trainer. I recommend The Division 2 specifically. You could do Days Gone if you like zombies. We're talking about video games. This is pop culture, hobbies type shit. Um, Days Gone. Here's the problem with Days Gone. Days Gone, you can basically produce almost unlimited boom boom, and that ain't real. Destiny did used to be decent. I played Destiny uh, with a group of people that I hung out with for since I come home from the Marine Corps. And I think, correct me when I'm wrong, but season two they added multiplayer or something happened where they added multiplayer, and it was like a shitty version of like I don't know Halo. Again, tell me when I'm wrong. It was just like a shitty version of Halo. I can't. I was a Halo kid. I was a Gears of War kid. I've always loved the first and third person shooters. Um, so yeah, it's been downhill ever since. I keep up with Fortnite because a guy I coached that's like 15 or more years younger than me, he plays Fortnite, and all that whole generation grew up playing Fortnite when they were kids. Kids that I would be coaching, by the way. So I play Fortnite with him. We just streamed that the other day on YouTube. Me and a kid we basically are a lock for second every time because he's terrible, but at least he shows up and he talks, and he's my friend, right? I can get us all the way there. I can get us all the way there. I can't make you win a 2-on-1. You know what I mean? Or I can't win a 2-on-1 every time against the best players on the map, right? Like not every time anyway, but we win a lot. That's why you wanted to start streaming because we win a lot. But when you start streaming games like that, you draw attention to yourself, and it makes it less fun. Man, it's less fun when 16 people on the map know where you are. Mm-hmm. And when we try to land, uh, kind of like how you'd want to play it in real life. Like you really don't want to be where all the people are when it pops off. Anyway, so I keep up with Fortnite, and then I've always loved 2K. I'm currently leveling. Joe Knows put up a build. So people want to talk about video games, so we're going to talk about fucking video games, okay? So if you don't know who Joe Knows is probably the... Why are they out there like he's showing up? It's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You think they got to act as if? Oh my god. Look at the chat. Anyway, Joe Knows Transformer. So I'm currently leveling this build. So Joe Knows is probably one of the better 2K players ever. And yeah, he's a white boy, and there's probably like, nah, he's the goat. So he usually plays with like a Jordan-esque build, but he made a 6'4" point guard that I can ISO, I can shoot the three, I can yam on people, but I can play fucking defense and rebound and get steals and blocks and assists. You know what I mean? Like I can do it all, actually play the whole game. And I'm only like 81 right now. And I accidentally spent money when I didn't mean to. And am like ahead of where I would needed to be level wise. But I'm actually like good enough I could actually stream myself playing 2K. I wanted to play 2K professionally. It's just that I'm an old man, and all the 2K like professional communities are like high school, college age kids, and I don't want to ruin their time. You know what I mean? Hate to be like that. I play basketball and basketball video games since Double Dribble on Nintendo. Yeah, 2K25, add me. Likely Alien, pretty much everywhere, pretty much on every day. Play a couple games of the career a day, and then always looking for someone to run with to play twos, threes, fours, five. I don't give a fuck. Double dribble, fuck yeah. thought it hid that other comment. Anyway. But yeah, I put the link in the chat, right? Of the good build. Yeah. 6'4". It's like Russell Westbrook, except he can shoot. Like shoot the three. I built for 2K24. I had a Russell Westbrook clone. He had like a 47 three-pointer, but like everything else was insane, and we weren't winning the championship with him. The thing about it is 3 is more than 2, and you got to get a good percentage of your buckets off the three-pointer. The more threes you can hit, the higher probability that you win. Yeah. You need 3-point plays and 4-point plays. You need to get fouled shooting threes. That's like the ultimate. You're beating someone. Pix says, "Did you see NATO took military control of Poland from the United States?" Yes, but I wasn't trying to get everyone into a blind panic to start the podcast. That's called sarcasm. Oh shit. I've been saying wartime powers. Article 4, Article 5. The suspension of the current administration, a full investigation into this election. Oh shit. I've been saying it. Article 4, Article 5, wartime powers, a suspension of the current administration and a full investigation into this current election, and it's already been going. It's much bigger. It's a multinational. It's like international organized crime. But we live in the age of information, so it's gonna happen. Is a headset from 1998, dude. This thing is taking a fucking beating. You gotta understand. I worked. This is a Jabra. It's like a really expensive headset, or at least it fucking was. Hell, I don't know. Why don't you order me one and send me one? I worked for the last 4 years on the phone with this, and I use it on my computer. Yeah, it's so much bigger than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a small fry, actually. Like Vladimir Putin and the destruction of the Russian state is the most imperative, and the just dismantling of the like. Here's the thing. Here's the problem that people don't understand. Okay, because kids are gonna wonder like, and this is just a story, and I got it out of the TikTok shop. Okay, Russia has, I think they have like 1.2 billion people. Let me verify this. That's not. I thought they had more people. I'm wrong. They have 143 million people. Okay, maybe it's their land mass. They have a large country and 143 million people. So you can imagine that when you have less than 150 million people in a large area of land, because you got to reduce everything down to tribal fights, right? You have to reduce everything down to like a tribal fight. You can imagine massive landmass like Russia. You only got like 150 million people there. There's a reason their birth rate fucking sucks, right? The land's like desolate, right? You can't grow anything there. Am I right? It seems all yep, that all checks out. Okay. We assessed them poorly. So because we were in like a Cold War with them, because we knew they'd infiltrated kinds of stuff. Yeah, deliberately poor infrastructure. Mm-hmm. we assessed them incorrectly as like far more powerful. Um, I think that the formation of NATO should tell you everything you need to know. It's not necessarily just for the protection of the United States, but like all the countries that border them to the west, because it's us to the east, right? So there's a reason NATO exists to protect us because we're their next door neighbor to the east, and then all of their western neighbors. Um, but the problem is that Vladimir Putin is not democratically the elected leader there. If I remember, he took over, and he is like a long-term leader of Russia. Not like in a positive manner. If I remember correctly, the is it the Bolsheviks? How did Vladimir Putin get into power? Yeltsin's resignation, he became acting president. Re-elected in 04. Prime Minister again in 08 to 012. Returned to presidency. Re-elected in 2018. Jesus Christ. So you see, he got in office. He never left. Okay. Um, it's not a democracy, and he put bounties on U.S. soldiers. He paid the Taliban $200,000 a mission in some instances to attack U.S. soldiers. So, you ever wondered why like it's bad to have a relationship with Vlad? Put that on a fucking t-shirt and sell it. I think we should put that on a t-shirt and sell it. It's bad to have a good relationship with Vlad or some shit. It's bad to be friends with Vlad. So yeah, a lot of people have been asking like why Russia? Yeah, Vlad. Um like I think we assess them as a far greater enemy than they actually are. They did a lot of um, espionage and counterintelligence and subversion and coercion and sponsored terrorism worldwide. And again, this is just a story. TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop. But the hard reality is like, um, the formation of NATO tells you the world probably has poorly assessed their potential. The problem is that Russia's a volatile state, and you don't know really what they're going to do next. They're not organized. They're not well led. And that's and again I know I don't feel like it. You're like Jared. They stole this presidency, and it's like he's not president yet. He's also not eligible for the job, and hasn't signed any of the paperwork. And I know that you will mentally jump through hoops for Donald Trump, but then again, does that feel like something that you've been doing for a long time is jumping through hoops for Donald Trump? Because I refuse to jump through hoops for Donald Trump. I'm going to hold the hula hoop out and say no, in order to be president, you got to jump through the hoops. You can't jump through the hoops. Okay, you can't be president. Okay? I'm just letting you know that that's kind of how it works, and that the Constitution is rigid and there are rules in play that you just can't break. Like the emoluments clause, the ethics agreement, the transition documents, um, and ultimately being eligible for the job, right? So you can run. Yep, you can run. You can even be elected. Mm-hmm. But president elect isn't a job, and they had to change the rules on how you can challenge the results of an election. So that's what I want to talk about next. Okay? You need to contact the feds. If you have an issue with your ballot, contact the feds. Contact the Department of Justice, FBI, CIA, NSA, DSIC, CISA. Contact them. Contacting your state representatives is going to get you a form letter in response, and that's if you get a response. And they're going to tell you that the states had to conduct internal audits, and the audits confirmed voter totals. It does not assess or actually audit their own state elections unless it naturally comes up. Otherwise, they just certify their vote and send it on to Washington D.C. to be certified. Okay? I haven't. I haven't. I haven't. I'm not looking the other way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking the other way. I've been looking. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I've been fighting that man and Elon Musk myself on Twitter for the better part of 8 years, and I have the war wounds to show for it. Like I got fucking ghost banned by Elon on Twitter. I was harming Elon Musk's feelings regularly. I was getting under his skin. Like, well, I can't say it because it got deleted. But Elon Musk replied to me and deleted it because I'm a nobody. That's how I know I won. I'm fucking nobody. And he shadow banned me. Sorry. And I was just as awful towards Donald Trump before he got banned from Twitter, and I didn't follow him to Truth Social. It's not the Democrats' job. See, this is what the media wants you to do. You're doing what the media wants you to do. They want you to blame the Democrats. I want to keep this in mind. In 2018 and 2022, Democrats pushed legislation to increase election security, and Republicans refused to pass it. Before you sit there, and they're not the cops, it's not their job to investigate, it's not their job to bring charges against, it's not even their job to run out to a microphone and scream election fraud. Why? Because that could be looked at as obstruction of justice, and the only people that don't give a fuck about that is Donald Trump and his little cronies. So while y'all keep saying, the Democrats abandon us, you sound stupid and uneducated. They changed the rules of the election. Okay? They changed the rules of the election because of January 6, 2021. I got this story from the TikTok shop. Okay? They changed the rules of the election. You can't challenge the results of an election until after it is certified. They changed the rules of the election. You can no longer challenge the result of an election until it is certified. Say it with me. They changed the rules of how elections work. You can no longer challenge the result of an election until it is certified. Say it. You can no longer challenge the results of an election until it is certified. They know what happened, Val. They have the same access to the same information that we do. They are on the same subreddits I am. They are reading the same news stories from the same sources. Reuters, AP, the big ABC, CNN, all them. I fucking hate them. MSNBC. We share their content. We are looking at credible news stories on this show every day. I don't know if that was a shot at Redditors, but we're gonna allow it because we allow shots here. We allow shots across the bow. You got to hold your teammates in check sometimes. Okay. Actually, that's not what it says. Basically, what it prevented was the chilling of voters. So, one of the things that people got to understand, yeah, you can no longer challenge the results of an election until it is certified. Okay? Because they want to catch them all in one fell swoop. That includes the fake electors from 2020 that got to vote and submit votes to the Electoral College in this election. It literally says in the prosecution of election crimes document that when you challenge election results and at the Electoral College level, it's found that you had fake electors voting and submitting electoral votes, you lose those. Did you hear what I just said? You can no longer challenge the results of an election until it is certified. You can no longer. Who, Mike? Mika? Who? Every relevant agency, FBI, CIA, NSA, CISA, DSIC, they are going to investigate this election. Every election. Like all of those individual races. And they're going to produce a report talking about election fraud and interference. And that information is going to result in charges. Yep. We forget Alfie Oakes and Shane Copeland. Shane Copeland, the CEO of Polymarket. Is that his name? Shane Copeland? Is that name spelled correctly? Yeah. God, look at that fucking chat on YouTube, though. Oh, we got about 130 people in here right now. But yeah, you saw this, right? Okay. Poland is taking over air defenses for Ukraine. Is that what I just posted? I think that was a story. Yeah. NATO takes control from US of air defenses in Poland, crucial to supporting Ukraine days before Trump takes office. I want to show you something else from NATO. This is from a week ago. Okay. Well, so they're under no obligation to inaugurate him. He's ineligible for office. So if you are coming to me with the premise of a question that says, is this going to happen after he gets into office? Fucking no. I'm not even entertaining the premise. He's ineligible for office. So if your premise is this going to happen after he gets inaugurated? I don't know, because you're already in a hypothetical that I'm not living in, and I'm not living there, and I'm not answering a question from that premise. You're ignoring my premise so that you can lick boots. and bend the knee and kiss the ring. He's ineligible for office. So you're going to ask me questions about what happens when he gets inaugurated. I don't. He's ineligible. What the fuck are we talking about? He hasn't signed the paperwork. What the fuck are we talking about? You think they're just going to hand the keys to him? Don't know if you touched on it yet. Did you see Maduro's being inaugurated today? Anyway, yeah, sure. This is why you've been trying to get out of the New York case and the documents case. So if you're going to come at me and you're going and it's like a waste of our time, right? If you're going to come at me and you're going to ask me a question from a premise that you have to ignore the truth in order for me to live in that world, right? If I tell you Donald Trump's ineligible for office and he hasn't signed the paperwork, and your question and response, that's not how the rules work, Kathy. Like, the rule says if you've held public office before, so it means Donald Trump was the 45th president of the United States, right? Everyone agrees? If you've held public office and you participated in an insurrection, keep in mind there's two parts to this. One of the things that it's like the Constitution is rigid. There are rules here. The amendments, I think that I think English is boring. Actually think English is boring. We're missing, I want to say it's like subadjective is what we're missing. But like, for example, the 14th Amendment, Article 3, not only are you ineligible for office if you participated in an insurrection, which legally Donald Trump has been convicted of inciting an insurrection. That's literally the purpose of the second impeachment. He just didn't get removed from office because they didn't have enough votes for that. But that's also not what the 14th Amendment, Article 3 allows you to do. So you can't remove someone from office. Okay? And here's why. And I think this is hilarious. I'm pretty sure it's called an insurrection if there's a possibility you don't win, and it's called a coup d'etat if you win. Okay? So he is an insurrectionist and a loser. Blazer going out in a blaze of glory, actually. Okay. That's not actually how that was ruled at all, actually. And you don't get to be in my community. Do you understand how that works? Joe Sam 785. You're not a lawyer? Yeah. Misinformation. Report that comment. Yeah, don't spread misinformation. Yeah, don't do that. You just get you removed from my community and I'll never be friends with you. That's why I don't have very many. Okay. So there's two parts. So like you have to have held public office before. You have to participate in an insurrection, but there's another part to that line, and it says, or give aid or comfort to the enemy thereof. And I think that not only is Donald Trump not actually eligible for office, but so are a bunch of his little MAGA cohorts that also got elected. Your fucking favorites, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Kari Lake and fucking Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio and fucking Kristi Noem and all them people. Like, all them people, all their elections are also going to be investigated. Rick Perry. Andrew asking loaded questions. Your ignorance is bliss, brother. Remember, if you come into my community and you ask a dumb loaded question, I'm going to block you. I'm never going to be friends with you. I have a threshold of people that I will allow to be around me. And you can be too dumb, just too dumb, that I'm going to have to isolate you. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to have to make you think about that. No, probably not. Miss Kitty asked, are we getting the Jack Smith report today? I don't think so. Sunday. Google's like, right there, Devin. That's like my, that should be a clip. That should be a clip. If you've ever clipped anything that I've said and fucking repeated it and reused it. You know what I think that you should do if you love me? You should start memeing my fucking content. Sometimes I say funny shit, like quippy shit that like we should be using, but I don't have an ego about it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Calling it a day of love sounds like giving aid or comfort to me. Uh. You know, Donald Trump's all about dead naming people. Do you guys know what that is? So I'm cool. Is it cool if we call him Drumpf? Does everybody know that? Since Donald Trump's so big on dead naming motherfuckers, let's call him fucking Drumpf. Trump is proper name. Like he's doing with Gavin Newsom right now. Win some. Crazy narcissistic perspective. Yeah. I'm Googling dead naming. Yeah, it's like calling people that are trans, you know, and you know their male name, but now they're female, and you call them their male name. You're like dead naming them. You're calling them their old name. And how do I know about all this? And I'm not trans myself. I actually had a boss at a job that I worked at for 5 years that's trans. Went from female to male. Hmm. Chaz, wonderful fucking person. Was there every fucking step of the way when their surgery negatively affected them and shit, and they were fucking hurting. I was there holding them up. Better goddamn believe it. Woman to man. I don't understand what you mean. Yeah, nope. There is no God. When you die, you're fucking worm food. We are the result of evolution. You should probably consider that before you try to ram your faith into someone's life you don't know. Why don't you think he won't be inaugurated? Do you know something besides the facts? What the fuck are you talking about, Mimi? He's not eligible for office. He didn't sign the paperwork. What are we talking about? Yeah. But we can also not show respect to people that dead name other people. They should just call him Donald Trump. Like, you voted for someone that was so ashamed of their name that they changed it, and now I can't use Trump in a sentence anymore, and I'm a fucking card player. My fucking people play euchre and fucking spades. Y'all ruined it forever. I don't ever want to play them shits again because I don't want to hear Trump fucking 70 goddamn times in a 2 hour period for no goddamn reason. If I want to do that, I'd go to a family reunion or some shit. Sarah JMC. What paperwork did he not sign? Google's your friend. I don't work for you. Should play Balatro. Fuck is Balatro? Can't listen to his voice or see his face. Hey, here's what happened. I tussled with him on TikTok, and he got fucking banned from TikTok. And tussled with Elon, so I got Dumpy Pants Von Schitz's pants. No, I meant like for real. His last name is. Oh, it's a new card game. Hmm. So once you've played, I hate to be this person. I'm about to be this person. Once you've played No Limit Texas Hold'em for real, like at a casino, there's nothing else I want to do. Once you've played, especially like tournament level, I've played tournament level No Limit Texas Hold'em. I played cash No Limit Texas Hold'em at casinos all over the world my whole life since I was 18, 21 years old. I'm a legitimate gambler. The only other thing I would bet on is like the NFL or college football because I'm a football coach. I'm like a football guy, but I don't gamble on sports because I'm a coach now, and I think it's like unethical to be a football coach that gambles on. Yeah, he didn't sign the ethics agreement, the emoluments clause. He didn't divest from Truth Social, and the problem, he can't divest from Truth Social. He can't divest from Truth Social. He gets in massive legal trouble if he divests from Truth Social. He turned his shares over to his son, and overnight it lost 6%. If he divests, he loses. He's worth the most money he's ever been worth right now. If he divests, he has to lose a lot. I've been saying he can concede. He should concede and beg for fucking mercy. I think that's a better play, Don. I think that's a better play. If I was him, I would concede and just go play golf until the feds show up. That's what I would do if I was Donald Trump. I'm not even a golfer. A narcissist will never back down. At some point, he's gonna get tired and go home. I think that's what him. Here we get to kind of hypothesize a little bit. What do you think he and Barack Obama talked about at the funeral? What do you think he and Barack Obama snuck off to talk about? What do you think the question was? JH said drone strikes. That's funny. I'm not blocking you for that, JH. I'm just letting you know. That was a shot. We'll take it. Deportations and drone strikes. Okay. What do you think the stronger position is, being impeached or providing aid and comfort? Say again. You need to leave them other countries alone. Ivana buried at his golf course enabled him to go tax free at his cemetery. Yo, that's disturbing, Chicken Little. Hey, I'm just letting you know if you do that to your own. Is Ivana his first wife? Is that is Ivana his first wife? Yo, yo, that's some scumbag ass shit. I mean, I don't want to feel sorry for a woman that agreed to marry him, but like that's fucking low. That's how you know he's broke. And she'll be exhumed. That's fucking crazy. Hey, I've been saying she was buried with evidence, and I also there were drones. I seen it beautiful. There were drones in that area, and I had hypothesized that they were overnight excavating her corpse. It's just a story I got at a TikTok shop. And then somebody was like, "Well, it's right next to a military base." And I was like, "Oh, perfect." I don't have any further questions. He was shocked about the yeah. And a lot of people have been wondering what are the purpose of all these drones? And I think I can come up with a pretty hot her casket where her ashes are. Which is, I'm telling you, it's buried with documents and cash. And there's like a secret entrance to it. No! Am I being serious? Like, I actually know that for a fact? Fuck no. It's just a guess. FAA flight restrictions till 119. She, except she was cremated and she's not in there. Or her and Don's secrets. That's what I'm saying. Like, people were asking me what were the drones for, and I noticed that there were drone sightings near where Ivana was buried. And when I was like, "Oh, that's an easy connection," somebody was like, "Well, there's actually a military base right there," and it was like even better. Her NDA ran out the next day. These motherfuckers. Obama and Trump went off quietly after the fucking after the funeral for Jimmy Carter. Somebody went and got Donald Trump, and Barack Obama followed him, and you could see him walk out the back and go around, and you could see Donald Trump and Barack Obama, and you're like, where are they going? What are they going to talk about? Here's what I think. I think Donald Trump told Barack Obama he wanted to concede during the funeral, and Barack Obama said, "You better make it quick." That's what I think. Trump complained about drones in his backyard. Nah. Yeah. Trump waved to him to walk with him. Yep. He told him like I watched the lip reader. Yeah. Yeah. Nah. They went in private. The conversation wasn't videotaped. I don't think they were shooting the shit. I think that their conversation was unintelligible, and the by trying going to the table, ask for a pardon, and say that you'll concede. You didn't go. You didn't think far enough into the hypothetical. He concedes and asks for a pardon. The laughter was to make us think they're buddies. Perfect. I didn't say that like that's actually going to happen. People asked what we were hypothesizing what the conversation was. You could advise them. You're again. You're not thinking. You're not thinking. Donald Trump hates Barack Obama. Remember, he's a classic racist. That's like what this whole thing was about. I'd argue that that Barack Obama took one for the team sitting next to him. Yeah, he looked at the camera multiple times. Obama, Bush, and Pence's wife all snubbed Trump on a handshake. I wouldn't want to touch his ass either. What? Some of y'all though, some of y'all doing backflips for Donald Trump in the comments. That's fucking crazy, bro. It's late in the game to be doing backflips. You know what I'm saying? I'd take a one-handed somersault with a hot dog in your hand. You know what I mean? Like that. That'd be more along the lines of what I expected. Well, what would you prefer if you know if Barack Obama just grabs Donald Trump by the collar of his shirt and just starts beating his ass in the middle of Jimmy Carter's fucking funeral? Is that what you wanted? Because not only is that what everyone fucking wanted, but wholly inappropriate. Yeah, George Bush tapped the fucking wire in his belly. He knew what was going on. Barack Obama was a plant, bro. They were arranged in the order they served. goodbye. Some of your questions are baity, and I'm just going to block you and never speak to you again. Good to go? So if we don't know each other very well, and I don't talk to you all the time, and you ask me a stupid fucking question, I'm probably just blocking your ass. I'm dead ass. I don't have time. I don't have a lot of friends, and I don't have a lot of room for a lot of friends. Good to go? Well, Lily, somebody said they sat him in order they served. What? So much more powerful to ignore. No. It's more powerful to just block people that are trying to trap you so that they can report you. I have been through the ringer with this application. The key is to just keep a lid on the fucking comments and catch people playing fuck games. I was in the Marine Corps infantry during a time of war. So if you want to learn from the master of fucking fuck games, oh honey, I'm like I'm ready. I show up to family events like fuck games. Let's do it. Like let's play some fuck games. And if you don't know what fuck games are, sorry. You think Obama was trying? That's a joke. It's a joke. I was joking. I'm willing to let that slide, Alex. I'm saying like Barry O dislikes the fuck out of DJT. Barry O does not fuck with DJT. He was just being candid and nice and mumbling back and forth with a fourth grader with a dementia. It was like a highly intelligent lawyer speaking to a fourth grader. What do you think was going on? Nothing. Stone dick. That we should also put that on a t-shirt. I'm just saying. I'm getting real cocky now. Stone dick. Just so people understand that's just like that's a term I made up. It means fucking nothing. Except you can't just say fucking nothing all the time. What play means. Obama was way too polite to Trump. Yeah, it's terrible. Donald Trump is surrounded by well-meaning people. Yeah, that's so unfortunate for him. Donald Trump was in company of 4 other living presidents and most of their spouses. And BO is gas, for the record. Barack Obama, like, the coolest part about Barack Obama was filling out the brackets and shooting hoops and shit. Like, I'm going to be president of the United States playing in a 5-on-5 league. That's my goal. I can move. I'm cocky as fuck. I'm a good basketball player, and I'm from Indiana. You goddamn right. I'm hanging on the fucking rim, jumping off, doing double birds into the cameras. Like, you better believe it. What Biden said, yeah, about our fight is against the abuse of power. Would he have had to give just like Larry Bird? Fuck yeah. Like I can hit the three and I can play basketball. No, the worst is this app. The worst is this app on TikTok. Who's playing? He's like, no, you're not. No, he did. I did see him say. People are so emotional and silly. Like somebody asked, what paperwork didn't he sign? And I looked at it and was like, go look that up. Like, oh, I'll leave then. And it's like, so you didn't do your homework and you showed up to a Learn Live podcast and just expected everyone else to have done the work but you. Uh-uh. I'm not even doing that shit. What was that? Possible NATO announcement ruling Trump Elon crowns. Wait, did we miss it? There's no cops in the frame anymore. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Just remember, I told you you cannot challenge a U.S. election until it's been certified. So keep that in mind. That people been running victory laps for 2 fucking months. Don't know how races are run. And you know, mm-hmm. Spain called out Musk for election interference. Somebody asked, has SD come through? NA survey said no. That certificate of votes is not on the live updates in the Discord. Refreshing like a fiend. Yeah, to me, there's the doorway. I guess he's coming through that door. Russia sending nukes to North Korea. I don't know. That's wild. Hey, this is fun. Iceland's gonna join the EU. See, people are saying I thought he was online for Mar-a-Lago, and it's like, why is there a live stream of the door by the AP? Look at this. I mean, this is what we're watching, right? Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Uh, People are making a lot of assertions as to what happens at this trial, and none of it. Trump by his side. Are they zooming, or are they? Because it's not here. Zoom. Oh, also TikTok, please about its ban too. What is SD? South Dakota, friend. Shan said, "What about it?" Okay, look, dear. If you go to this website, okay, go here. National Archives. Okay. Now keep in mind, I'm not saying that the election isn't certified. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when you go to the site and you scroll down and you look at all the states and you see how they're all blue and you can click and there's a little PDF next to that, that's the certificate of ascertainment for this election. Okay? And then in the next column over are their electoral votes, and there's a little PDF after that, and that is the certificate of votes. All of the certificates of ascertainment and all the certificates of vote have been turned in. The only one that's not on this sheet that's a clickable link is the South Dakota certificate of votes. Oh, so we're not actually listening to a talk? I'm in the Discord. Link on ABC regarding online for Mar-a-Lago. Scroll past the video blip. Initiate 14. It's self-actuating. Self-activating. It's okay. I'm not upset. I didn't expect to actually be able to watch this. Is that okay? Yeah, it's for the record, it's a good link. So here's what we can give you. Okay? Here's what we can give you. The same link I'm looking at. So whatever I get out of it, you can have inferred the same thing. Um, it's just live updated. Fuck Todd Blanche. Fuck Donald Trump. TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop. Oh, hey, you know what we should we have a mid we have a mid show song. It's Ice Cube's Arrest the President from like 6 years ago. Yeah, I gotta scroll, read the text. I'm totally innocent, did nothing wrong. There was no crime, it's a political witch hunt. Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't even know where he is right now. Oh, you mean he's a sellout and he took the easy money? Okay. Huh. Interesting. Michonne talking sounds like. You can barely hear it though. He's definitely talking about Donald Trump being a Russian asset though. So y'all, instead of listen to the song, understand that it was 6 years ago and that was before he became a Trumper, does not reduce the message. Does not reduce the quality of the song. Not everyone that you get your content from is well thought and smart and has a little bit of foresight and understands there's people you should and should not have a relationship with. There's people you should and should not consume their content. But sure, sure. An eye for an eye will make the whole world blind, right? Let you judge not, let you be judged first. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Those often throwing rocks live in glass houses, do they not? Is your driveway clean, sir? Is your neighbor's driveway clean, sir? Is your neighbor's driveway clean, sir? Then I would not worry about the scuff on their neighbor's shoes. I believe that's like all of them. Is that like all of the known religions? I'm just saying, people are awfully quick to just, oh, fuck that person on the whole. I don't ever hear shit from you ever the fuck again. And it's like, you'll never meet them, you'll never know them. You can appreciate what they created and then not condone their behavior. You know how I know? Because my wife is a fucking Harry Potter fan. You could hear a fucking pin drop. Okay? And who? Who's sad? And in no way does my wife condone the behavior of J.K. Rowling at all. She's a fucking horrible transphobe. But she wrote a series of books that made a whole bunch of people's lives better. Like, I took my wife to Hogwarts before we were married because I wanted to make sure that before she got married to some man and he fucking ruined that shit for her, that some guy she was with just took her to fucking Hogwarts and let her fucking enjoy Hogwarts. That way, nobody ruined the time by also fucking proposing and shit. People like ascertained that they were like, oh, y'all got married and shit. You know, no. J.K. Rowling is a horrible transphobe, but she created a fucking universe. And many people love Harry Potter and raise their kids and their grandkids and their great grandkids on Harry Potter. And you know what they'll say? Hey, the person that wrote this shit's a piece of shit. But that doesn't detract from what she did. It fucking sucks. So you learn that when they're 18 or older, right? And you otherwise Harry Potter's fucking great. Now, I've told my wife you because of fair use, because my wife's not a horrible fucking transphobe and she's a writer and she's started to write 1,000 different books. You could create a Harry Potter fucking knockoff world and just not be a fucking transphobe, and I bet you'd make a fuckload of money. Like, I've tried to tell her about character development and like have more non-white, non-male characters in lead roles. Um, But yeah, but when somebody is a piece of shit, I'm guessing, especially if they're an artist. I mean, think about this. And again, I'm not taking up for Michael Jackson, but my entire fucking childhood, they tried to call Michael Jackson a fucking child predator when it really was just like he was a fucking child celebrity that never got to have a normal life at all. And he really just like wanted to make sure that kids, especially kids that were fucking struggling, had a normal childhood. And when you have a fucked up childhood and you're trying to engage with kids with fucked up childhoods and nobody's addressing the fucking elephant in the room, which is fucking mental health, some weird shit's gonna happen. I'm just throwing this out there and saying like he had mental health issues and he had a fucked up childhood because he was a child star and he as an adult like related with kids who were like disabled and shit. Um and I'm not here to defend him, but he made a lot of art that people love, and I want to make sure I say like that doesn't detract from what he created. His father was very demanding. You know what I mean? Like I didn't at no point did I say like and he also diddled kids. You know what I mean? Like I didn't fucking say that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. People will go a long way to assassinate your character. And I think it's just real. I think that's just a real way to think about it. Is that yeah, a lot of artists have a lot of fucking trauma. You know what I mean? A lot of your favorite painters were fucking horrible drug addicts and fucking alcoholics. I mean, the fucking cask of Amontillado. You know what I mean? That's why art's so good. In fact, like the more fucked up you are, like it tends to be like the greater the art. I say victims don't believe MJ. Yeah, like I said, he had a fucked up childhood, and then like he was engaging with fucking little kids, and man, I feel bad for like those kids. And I think the overarching story here is the wrong the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Dali, Van Gogh, name them. They were all fucked up. We're all fucked up. I've been trying to say this my whole. We're all fucked up. We're all so fucked up. We are fucked. We're fucked. Yo, there's people. There's people that I know that can't sleep without a nightcap. There's people that I know that have to have an adult beverage before fucking lunch or they're going to have a panic attack. There's people that I know that drink alcohol at lunch because otherwise they're going to have a fucking panic attack. I know people that can't ride in a car they're not driving without taking a fucking shot of whiskey. I know people that can't get on a bus, can't get on a plane, can't get on any sort of mass transport without being intoxicated and sleeping through the fucking flight. I know people that can't sleep at night without taking a multitude of medications. They're saying lots of movement by the door. Come on, handcuffs. One time. If you thought he was getting fined or sentenced to jail, he doesn't have any money and he's 78. Did you actually think he was going to spend a millisecond in jail? Do you know how much in danger he's in? Like I don't like him. I don't like him either. But put him in fucking Gen Pop and he lasts like 2 seconds. Ben just called me his mamaw pass today. Hope y'all take care of yourself. Take care of yourself too. It's more symbolic than anything. Yeah, anybody else at 78's not getting fucking tried for a hush money trial at this age. People, you're not thinking of that's a former fucking president. You charge him and give him jail time, he lasts 5 minutes in intake. He has a heart attack when you put him in handcuffs. I was hoping they'd put him in handcuffs. But now that this is over, I disagree. Now that this is over, the DOJ can do their thing. They ain't gonna send Secret Service to jail with him. Y'all aren't thinking. He's a former president. You can't just put him in fucking in New York jail, dog. Dude, I'm telling you, his heart gives out once charges start announced. He's much better. He's much better to prosecute post mortem. Yeah, this is what had to happen. Y'all gonna understand. He don't have the money for the fine. He gets a big fine. The world finds out he's poor. This is a problem. He gets jail time. He gets in Gen Pop, where he has to be given special treatment in intake, and he doesn't make it to the floor. I'm telling you, he's a risk to himself and others. He's a danger. I wanted handcuffs. No, it's not. He has. He already has 34 felonies. Yeah, I'd love to see him in an orange jumpsuit. He don't have families. Or money. He doesn't have money like that. Remember, you got to understand he was ordered to pay a $464 million bond, and his attorney told the judge he doesn't even have $100 million. Now there's too many cops for that, buddy. Heart attack would just fine with me. 34 counts in one case. You said all right. I want to think he's on his way. I don't know, Bonnie. I have no criminal record. So I don't know. Do they put old people in jail? Just because he's old doesn't make him not the fucking former president with a Secret Service detail, and how irresponsible would that be to put him in a New York fucking jail when he requires a fucking Secret Service detail? Yeah, Elon Musk is a separate fucking entity. That's an animal all on its own. That's probably this afternoon's show. Okay? Yeah, you go down in history as a convicted felon. He don't have a he don't he it costs too much money for him to live. Nah, you want him to attempt to flee. But now all his friends, there won't be an inauguration. Mm-mm. One week ago today, the U.S. mission to NATO tweeted about Article 5. If you don't know what Article 5 NATO is and how close we are to that being a real thing, and wartime powers, and a suspension of the current administration while they fully investigate this election. I've been saying it the entire time. There won't be inauguration. Okay, that's done. What's next? Perfect. Exactly how you should feel. Okay, Donald Trump is who we thought he was the whole fucking time. Still, hey, guess what? Donald Trump did not get exonerated. Guilty. He ain't got no money and he ain't got no time left. So he didn't get no fines and he ain't get no time. No, he didn't. He put 19 million shares. Carrie, where can I get more info on NATO? That's a good fucking question, Carrie. That is a great fucking question. So now Trump is a convicted felon for life. Works for me. Yep. Well, that's done. What's next? DOJ. ODNI is going to put out a statement on their website. I'm pretty much fucking sure. I should just do everything in song from now on. But I'm guessing the ODNI is going to put out a statement. So this is where I would start. Oh, wait. Do you want Amazing Grace sung to my best ability or Amazing Grace? God damn it, Grammarly, get off me. I can't get out of my way, bitch. Okay. So I was giving you the link. I'm not religious and I don't know all the words. Because you understand, if I'm doing Amazing Grace from the perspective of a zombie, you understand that the tone of a zombie singing Amazing Grace is not ever hitting a falsetto. And also zombies have this whole like brain dead, brain dying thing. So if I do this, no. So there's people. So you're a zombie before your brain's completely ate up, though. It's like once you get bit, there's an infection, and you start to change. You're a zombie. You're a zombie. It's just how it works. Somebody said they came into this podcast at a weird time. You're fucking right. Um, and also I would do a zombie version of Zombie by Cranberry. Zombies by Cranberry. The Cranberries. Sorry. It's one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite songs of all time. So this came out 15 years ago in 2000, like 8 or 9. This was right after I got out of the Marine Corps infantry. Me too, Pix. That's why we're fucking friends. I do it all the time. Like when I have a conversation with somebody much older than me and I realize they're completely fucking brain dead on that subject, I'm listening to this song right now. I don't even know the words. Yeah, I know. Stick. Anyway, sorry I got lost in that fucking song. Zombie. It's a fucking hard ass song, yo. Hell yeah. Oh, the music video came out 15 years ago, dude. In 2000, like a few years after I came home for the Marine Corps, the Cranberries music video for Zombie, Zombie came out. I'm looking at it. Man, Dolores was a pretty woman. That's the lead singer, right? She had that butch haircut. That shit's sexy as fuck. My wife has had a buzz cut and a butch haircut since we've been together. It's hot as fuck. I bet you never thought you'd hear me say that. My wife shaved her fucking hair and it's hot. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's we talked about that a little bit ago. And the bombs and the guns and I think this song would be funny if sung by a zombie. All right, so Amazing Grace sung by a zombie. Get your cameras out. Let me know when you're ready. Because I don't know the fucking words. So, and what am I required to do? Just like the first verse or what? It's the you having a wife part that's surprising. I feel like that's an insult. The amazing grace, how sweet the sound that say. I'm trying to do it as monotone as I fucking can. Sorry, I don't know like how the fucking zombies don't have pitch, so it's you understand it's gonna be fucking monotone. It's gonna sound okay. I'm just making sure. It's like sorry, I was getting a little self conscious as I was doing it, but I was like I should probably back out, justify like I'm trying to do it fucking monotone Okay. I think it's good. I'm just okay. And also you got to think like your brain is melting. So it's like duh. You know what I mean? Like sorry, let me get a drink. So it's the older shut up Joanne. Um it's the arms. The um the amazing grace. No, now I did it with pitch. It's fucking me up. And then zombies started playing. What the fuck? We gotta turn that off. Sorry. Slower. Oh fuck, Janice. The amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. And then I don't think those are the words, but it's like shout, shout for glory, shout, shout aloud for glory. I don't even know those words. We gotta get a better second verse here. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's words than when we first begun. I think we did fucking great. I think we did fucking awesome. That was incredible. You're gonna have to pitch. You're gonna have to stick the two verses that I actually knew together. I didn't. I didn't. That the middle thing that I was like, these words are the second verse. I was like, I didn't fucking know that shit. Shout, shout for glory. Shout, shout aloud for glory. Brother, sister, mourner, all shout glory, hallelujah. The fuck are you talking about? I didn't know that shit was. Even my zombie brain was like, I am. These aren't the lyrics. I mean, by the way, anytime you rewatch The Walking Dead and you get to the part at the church and then there's zombies in the church, you will automatically remember your favorite fucking socialist podcaster fucking singing an Amazing Grace from the perspective of a zombie. It makes that whole, like, I think that was like 3 episodes of The Walking Dead. Do you know a regular conversation my wife and I have? What the fuck happened in The Walking Dead? Why did that become unwatchable hooey? Does anyone know? What the fuck happened? I thought Walking Dead was the greatest television show. Okay, for me, I have different tastes than you and we are not the same person. Okay? You have to understand one of my favorite films, or yeah, one of my favorite films of all time, it's like Top Gun. Okay? Top Gun. Out Cold. Have you ever seen Out Cold? If you have not seen Out Cold, man, it goes Top Gun, Out Cold. Okay? And then as far as TV shows go, um so my favorite TV show of all time is Entourage. I'm a white cis male. My favorite TV show was Entourage. I've watched that shit 1,000 times. My wife has seen that shit. She probably knows more about me as a result of watching fucking Entourage. And the only other TV show, okay? Mindy Lee, what are you talking about? You have to get my take on something, which involves Ukraine. This makes me think NATO would know. I'm sorry I'm off topic. Okay, I did that. What's the fucking question? You can't do that. You can't send me 17 messages in a podcast with like 100 people in it. That swig of coffee to change your tone. Hey, listen. Somebody said slower. I tried that. I tried it, Mindy. It's too much work. Just type your fucking question again. I'll try to catch it. It's copy pasta. Come on, dog. You're asking for too much. This isn't a counseling session. Anyway, there's a concert in Indianapolis, and I really want to go to it tonight at the Hi-Fi. So check this shit out. My wife even sent it to me because she knows. If we just had unlimited dollars, I would just do it. The Hi-Fi is a music venue in Indianapolis. But I wanted to show you what's going on tonight. Oh, fuck. What? January 10th. Emo Kids. Check this shit out. So this is my shit. Okay, this is my entire childhood. This is my teenage years. This is my young adult years. I've been a fucking emo kid my whole life. The Used. Oh my god. Taking Back Sunday. I would also put Incubus in there. There's more. There's more. There's more. Brand New. Are any of you Brand New fans? If you're saying to yourself, I knew I liked you. Fucking Bush. You better believe it. Oh my god, Bush. Bush had some fucking insane. Maybe you just didn't hear it. You know, it happens all the time. I don't have volume. Offspring, fuck yeah. Oh, this song's so fucking good. This is like one of the first songs you learn to play guitar to. I'm thinking it must be for real. Now I can feel I didn't mind. Not my time. Oh, you know what I would love to do? I don't have I wouldn't make it. I would never make it. I would never make it. But you know what I think would be a fucking rad show to go to? Hear me out. Hear me out. Death metal versions of popular songs. I just think it would be so fucking good. Because one of the things that I've noticed, and there are gonna be people out there that want to argue with me, suck a dick. The drummers in fucking death metal bands can fucking rip. The guitarists in fucking death metal bands can fucking rip. The singers in these death metal bands are fucking brilliant. They're brilliant. It's fucking hard to listen to if that ain't what entered your fucking ear holes. You had to get used to the shit. The problem that I've always had with death metal is that it sounds good to me. I actually like it. I actually like fucking death metal. But the words, the actual words to the fucking songs, they suck. Suck ass. The songwriting in death metal, fucking terrible. Fucking 0 out of 10. I'm not about it. The closest I get is Atreyu. If you don't know who Atreyu is, we can go down that road. We can go down that road. We can go down that road. You want to hear a hot fucking song? You want to hear a hot fucking song? You wanna like a song you take a shower to song? Yes. That was a bad question, Pix. Tool is the hat. A tool in a perfect circle? Uh what's your favorite Tool song? I'll go first. Did everybody get the Atreyu song? My favorite Tool song is Fear Inoculum because it's a fucking musical masterpiece, front to fucking back. And it's like 10 minutes long, and that's right up my fucking alley. This song goes hard. If you haven't heard Tool's Fear Inoculum, this song goes hard as fuck. Polar Bear, Pucifer. I fuck with them too. The top comment on this song is band Tool, genre Tool. Elena says, "What happens now? Game on!" Mm. Can you imagine the beginning of like an RPG and they had the stones to buy this as the first 10 minutes of a video game? Oh, oh, why you did the tutorial and shit? Just, just great, a great song that everybody knows. Person asking for his DNA to tie him to other crimes. Shan. Tool is for the rage days. APC. Uh, what's APC? Oh, perfect circle. I don't know why my brain was like, do we usually abbreviate greatness like that? I didn't think we called them APC. I thought we just had to type it the fuck out. A perfect circle. So everybody understood it. Somebody said Trump is on probation. Trump's ass is grass and I'm frying. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the song is so hard. Yes, 13 Steps, fucking incredible. You know what's the best album ever? Ooh, you want to have that conversation? What's the best album ever, front to back? I already know my answer. Oh, this song is so fucking good. I open up to you, Venom and Mania. Oh, this song is hard. 13 Steps been your go-to. That's number 2 for me. The greatest album of all time. I mean, it hasn't changed for me. And some of you don't know. Some of you don't know who this is. Some of you just don't know. You gonna find out today. You gonna find out today. You're gonna listen to this whole fucking album and you're gonna come back to me and you're gonna say, Jared, that fucking album is goddamn perfect. Are you fucking kidding me? And I'm telling you, you just got introduced to 10 years. And the album is called The Autumn Effect. Mm-hmm. And you are welcome. You're welcome. That is the best front to back fucking album you'll ever hear. Mm-hmm. I know your jaw just hit the fucking floor. You're like, who? Yep. 10 years, The Autumn Effect. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. And then the second greatest album of all time Oh my god, as soon as you hear the first fucking note, you're like, yes! Second greatest album of all time is A Perfect Circle, the 13th Step. Okay? But I'm telling you, your assignment, this is a Learn Live. I'm allowed to give you homework. Your assignment today is to listen to 10 Years, The Autumn Effect. Okay? That's your assignment. Listen to that album. You should know, I think 3 or 4 of those songs were on the radio. And I think there's 15 tracks. Every single song is fucking good. That's a fucking good album. That's a front to back greatness. It doesn't happen very often. And you also have to understand, in addition to this fucking deep ass like emo, alternative, rock and roll, fucking death metal taste that I have, I'm a hip hop fan, like hardcore rap fan. Yeah. I want death metal versions of popular rap songs. I want death metal versions of popular pop songs. I want death metal versions of Taylor Swift songs. That's what I want. That's what I want. Share my video of Pet live in Grand Rapids. Uh-oh. Mm-mm-mm. And the reason that you're not into death metal is because the writing is terrible. Everything else about death metal is perfect. Whoa. Unleash the Archers Awakening, death metal chick singer. Fucking in. This is the kind of shit I'm bopping to, though. Mm, mm. I walk in the corner with the funny. You already know. Roses. All right. So I was kind of waiting to see if anything was gonna pop off. Been on here a couple hours. Hey, Anita Bryant died, and fuck her. Why did I say that? Does anybody know? Why did I just say that? Okay. This is their most popular song. 17 million views. It's got to be decent. The audio is coming up now. Audio what? They told you what his Donald Trump's statements were. She's a homophobe. Exactly. She's a bigot. Anita Bryant was a homophobe and a bigot. So I don't give a fuck who she was. Otherwise, she died. Good. One down, billions to go. Oh! Oh, and a bass and a hot bass too. Oh, they got a hot bass. How is that activism? Yeah, how is she she's an anti-gay activist. She's a fucking bigot and a homophobe. I don't give a fuck about anything else you do. You play bass? Yeah, bass is hot. Bass is hot. Especially when you can solo bass. Like they can give it to you and you can fucking rip. Yeah. Oh my God, she's got a voice. She could rip. She could rip. You said you started in 8th grade when you heard Duran Duran for the first time. Speaking of which, what's a track of theirs? Come Undone. First concert was Depeche Mode. My first concert was Oasis and the Black Crows. Oasis didn't play Wonderwall, and I was on a date. In case you wondered why it didn't work out with that girl. My favorite part about telling that story is when people realize Oasis didn't play fucking Wonderwall. No. And they had a double fucking encore. They had a double encore, didn't play. Oh no, these headphones are shitty. Well, Dr. Bob, I'm fucking madly jealous. Okay. Okay. Okay, Pix. Ah. Appeal. Submit. Who are we bullying? Nah, no way, right? Nah, it said bullying, harassment, and bullying. Who are we harassing and bullying? Do you think that was a carryover from the Anita Bryant comment? How can you bully a dead person? Sorry. This is how I this is how my experience has been on TikTok, y'all. This is just how it goes, man. Ladies. But Pix learned why we're friends today. Yeah. We got banned for bullying and harassment, and I'm not sure who we bullied and harassed. Yeah, well, this is where he bitch about TikTok. Yo, you know who my favorite fucking I think my favorite TikTok follow is? The Mad Hatter. Her shit fucking cracks me the fuck up. Where were we? Duran Duran? No, Duran Duran was fucking up my headphones, making my headphones pop and shit. We were bullying Trump? I didn't think that was it. Oh, my appeal did not get approved?
taking over the air defense systems in Poland from the United States.
Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. I get it. But like, here's a problem. Here's a problem. Here's a pro. Here's a problem. It's a toxic environment. Y'all want to help spread the message. The best thing that you can do is rip my content. The best thing that you can do is take my little clips, the fun shit that we do together, and fucking post it on your own and say, go follow him on YouTube. That's the most effective thing you can do. Because sitting here saying that we should be like creating backup accounts on TikTok, that shit, it could be going away in fucking 10 days. That's putting a lot of eggs in a rickety ass basket when YouTube ain't going anywhere. And I get it. It's a struggle to get people to convert. We don't have a choice, baby girl. We don't have a choice. If I'm gonna start doing it, I have to. But I don't want to. I don't want to rip my own shit and start clipping my own shit and start posting shit. I don't want to do that. I fucking hate that shit. Let me be good. Just let me be great. I don't need to do all the other shit, right? But we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. It is what it is. And I have multiple backups, right? So it's not even that. Okay. But that's it. That's it for today. We're gonna get out of here. I love y'all. We were live for fucking ever. Yeah, 2.5 hours. We were ripping.